Court Uncut, what the people want.
All right, Mr. Brandt, in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Calvin Tyler Isom, file number 25-22248FH.
Let me get the prosecutor in. I think he went to. Yeah, I do prefer the defendant stand.
I usually have the defendant and the defense counsel stand at the podium. That's a prosecutor's table, so you gotta go on that side of your attorney. Sorry. All right.
Judge, I was just sent
Yes.
some victim impact statements. I'm printing them right now.
On which case?
This case, Your Honor, we received them late last night. I believe Donald Boone, who is the listed victim, his brother and sister with functioned as his caretakers, are present and did wish to read their statements.
Okay. Did you receive? I haven't pulled that.
John, I've got a pretty good idea what they are. Both probation and prosecutor and I have been. So.
I can give you my copy to look at because I want to make sure everybody's had a chance to review them.
Oh, that's okay. You get them last night. You get them last night.
All right, go ahead and have a seat at that table if you'd like, over defense table, and review those real quick.
You had a chance to review the documents.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, so give me a moment. Okay, I have reviewed that. So, okay, so, and we're on the record in the matter of Calvin Tyler Isom. We have Alfred Brandt appearing on behalf of Mr. Isom. We have Alexander Bayonetto appearing on behalf of the people. Michael Stevenson from the probation department, who prepared the pre-sentence report, is present in the courtroom. So I have one victim impact statement, and that was the one we received today. There weren't any others.
Okay,
Were there others?
There's actually three.
yes, Your Honor, I think each,
You have one, but
I reviewed what I got today.
right.
okay, I have three in an email. I'm not sure what you were doing.
Well, I have 1, 2. Okay, I guess they were, yeah, but the ones from today, the packet from today. Okay, and do you need a copy of that, Mr. Stevenson?
Yes.
Okay, I'll give you my copy. All right, so Mr. Isom, step over by your attorney. Have you had a chance to read and review the pre-sentence report?
Yes.
Okay, and have you had an opportunity to discuss that with Mr. Brandt? Yes, speak up louder.
Yes.
Okay, are you satisfied with Mr. Brandt and the advice that he has given you?
Yes, I am.
All right, and you also had an opportunity to read the victim impact packet we received today.
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Banetto, do you wish to explain or challenge the accuracy or relevancy of any information in the pre-sentence report?
No, Your Honor.
Do you, Mr. Brandt?
Your Honor, the only thing so the report itself is factually accurate, correct, as well as the sentencing guidelines. The only thing is that when my client was interviewed by probation, he was in fact unemployed. That is correct.
He is what?
He was unemployed. That is true. Since the interview, he's had a couple of jobs. Today, he's unemployed again because the current employer is understanding that my client will not be available for employment moving forward. So he was employed post-interview. He is not today.
Okay. Does the pre-sentence report disclose any prior convictions in which there exists any known constitutional defect, Mr. Banetto?
No, Your Honor.
And Mr. Brandt?
No, Your Honor.
All right. And Mr. Brandt said he had no objection to the sentencing guidelines, which were calculated to be 0 to 17 months, which is the straddle cell. Mr. Banetto, do you have any objections to those guidelines?
No, Your Honor, that was what I calculated the guidelines as well.
All right. So, Mr. Banetto, it's my understanding someone does wish to speak.
Yes.
So,
Your Honor.
Mr. Brandt, you and your client have a seat at that table. Okay, and so, sir, can you state your full name for the record?
Yes, Lord.
Okay. And can you, do you want my copy?
No, Your Honor, I think there was some electronic difficulty from,
And I can give him my copy to read.
he's indicating he wrote an actual letter that was attached to the statements that were given to you.
Yeah, I don't have that.
have those either.
So first, Mr. Boone, can you spell your first and your last name for us?
Yes, D-E apostrophe capital A, N-G-E-L-O, B-O-O-N-E.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Boone. All right, so Mr. Boone, your relationship to the victim in this matter?
Holy brother.
Okay, and you would like to read your statement?
Prior to the incident, Donald Boone, my younger brother, lived independently, maintaining his own residency financially. And after the incident, he was unable to continue with his employment, and loss of income contributed to his loss of dwelling, furniture, and his independence. Donald didn't own a vehicle before the incident. Some of the things that I've noticed since the accident was his fear of crossing roads, riding bikes, fear that he would not recover, fear of his legs being unable to bear his weight, fear that he might not be able to return to work at the same capacity. And for a time, he was afraid to attempt traveling upstairs, fear that his legs would give out under the weight, and fear of standing for long periods of time. If I could just add that it took some time for me to be comfortable with Donald living independently, to travel back and forth to work, to be comfortable riding a bike back and forth to work. Donald is autistic with cerebral palsy, and to allow him the space to be independent. Took some time for myself to adjust as well as my family. And the incident was a horrific experience for us to encounter and to witness him to go through what he had, the trauma that he had to overcome. And it would have meant a lot to the family had the responsible party just remained with him and waited for the proper authorities to come and to take care of him and just to assist him during that time. So it's a long road recovery. He's still not there. We're still working with him. And for him, it's emotional. For us, it's emotional. It's physical impairments. He's got scarring that he'll have to deal with for the rest of his life. He's got metal in his body that he'll have to endure the rest of his life. And to regain that confidence to live independently, and for us as a family also to regain that. So it's a really emotional ordeal, even so right now. There are months where I had to carry him up and down the stairs. And even when it came to going outside and going participating in certain activities, he was more reserved and more reluctant. And I think it's gonna have some ways to go to overcome the tragedy that's in place.
Go ahead.
So I need you to join the breakout room with your, yeah, okay, good. All right. Was there anybody else,
There is.
Mr. Boone, and your family that wished to speak? You can move that phone down. There you go. Hi, can you state your name for me?
Tiny Shaboom,
Can you spell your first and your last name?
Tynessha, last name Boone.
All right, and how are you related to the victim in this matter?
He's my younger brother.
Okay, thank you. All right, go ahead.
Just to piggyback off of what my older brother said, it was just a trying and hard transition from him being in, because it took a long time for him to be independent. He was well into his 20s when he first obtained his first home. He was staying with family and everything before then, and he finally got to the point where we trusted that he was able to take care of himself. For quite a few months after the accident, he was staying with me. At that time, I quit my job to take care of him because he needed hands-on. He couldn't really do much of anything. He couldn't cook, clean, or anything for himself. Barely walking, barely, like my brother said, he used to put him on his back to carry him up and down the stairs. And it's still like just seeing him timid to even walk up 3 stairs or down 3 stairs, walk to a corner. It's been a long time. It's been a hardship for him or whatever. Just seeing him trying that hard to be normal again when he tried so hard to be normal in the first place. It just really hurtful to see that he almost got knocked back down to square one. Even though his spirits are higher, his physical, it took a long time to get him back to where he is now. And I just feel like a person that could leave a scene, drag him, because his skin was dragged off his face, drag him like that and leave him there to die never, or not even knowing whether he was okay or not. He lost a lot of everything, like just to see the state that he was in when we got to the hospital, where he didn't remember who he was or what happened or what was going on. And they rarely could even tell us anything that happened because no one was there with him. No one seen what happened, only just heard from video cameras and things like that. Just to see him doing a little bit better, I thank the Lord for that. But that's, to me, in my words, that's a heartless person that would just leave a person not knowing what happened, what was going on, or to even just sit there until the ambulance got there or came back to see about him or anything. That's a heartless person. Thank you.
Thank you. Does he want to talk today?
He does not.
Okay, all right. All right, we'll come back up to the podium. So, Mr. Bandetto, is there anything you want to say on behalf of the people?
Just briefly, Your Honor, we had a bench conference in this case, I think it was maybe 2 weeks or so before the plea was taken. And this court had indicated that although it was unlikely the court would send Mr. Ison to prison, you did feel that a jail sentence is appropriate. I think given everything Mr. and Ms. Boone have said this morning, I still believe that is appropriate. I would ask that you adhered to that and sentenced Mr. Isom to a year at the Lenawee County Jail. Mr. Isom has been on bond for quite some time and has accrued additional charges while on bond. I think given that, plus these statements from Mr. and Ms. Boone today, do support a rather lengthy jail sentence. And again, Your Honor, I would ask that the court sentence him to a year at the Lenawee County Jail.
And just for the record, the new charges he's accrued?
He has a possession charge. There was also a second domestic violence case that had popped up while he was out on bond. I know that there's also
Popped up or occurred?
Occurred, Your Honor. I know there's also another charge that's separate pretrial this morning that was to be dismissed as a part of this plea. So again, those are the new charges that have come up since Mr. Isom has been on bond.
The letter that I believe your assistant brought in, was that the letter Mr. Boone had written?
I don't believe so. I looked at the email that Ms. Petty forwarded me. I didn't see it, but I believe Mr. Boone was able to get everything he wanted out.
Okay, I just didn't know if we needed a copy of it for probation. Okay, all right. Anything else, Mr. Bayanetto?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, Mr. Brandt, is there anything you'd like to say on behalf of your client?
Thank you, Your Honor. These are the worst of cases we see, in that normally in this arena, we talk about intent. Crimes are intent acts by human beings. I intend to rob you. I intend to steal your car. These are cases that are by and large negligence. They are accidents. There's no specific intent. In this case, a young man, my client leaves work, he's headed home. It is at night. What occurred, occurred. I can't turn the clock back at all and say, what were you thinking? What were you doing? It happened. He left the scene, he panicked, in part because of age, maybe. I don't know, but that occurred. The outcome is horrific. My client is deeply remorseful. He has been unable to make that statement because of civil litigation. That's my direction to my client, that he can't make a lot of statements about the incident. My client is well aware of the fact that he is going to be incarcerated and hopes to be a better person moving forward. It is my sincere hope that the victim is able to, at some point, recover from the injuries and give back to his life. My client will have this conviction on his record moving forward that will prevent some employment moving forward. His current employer is not going to keep him. And so there is a price for him to pay. And so we would ask the court to follow the recommendation, and hopefully this young man can get physically back to where he was pre-accident.
Is there anything your client wishes to say in light of the no contest plea, or?
Yes.
Okay.
I apologize. No intent for what happened.
Can you have your client speak louder and towards the microphone?
I asked him to speak to.
I know, I usually like them to speak to me.
I apologize once again for everything. For everything that happened. I had no intent for that happening. Sorry, I hope you do end up getting a lot better.
So, anything else?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
In determining the appropriate sentence in this case, the court has considered the seriousness of the offense, your history, the principle of proportionality, the statutory penalty, the cost of confinement, the sentencing guidelines, the report and recommendation of the probation department, as well as what has been said upon the record at this hearing. The The criteria and reasons for the sentence are the nature and gravity of the offense, the discipline appropriate to its commission, deterrence against repetition by you and by others, potential for reformation, vindication for law, and the protection of society. So, Mr. Isom, I appreciate you have an excellent attorney and everything you said is true, but I would state that you are not a baby. You are 27 years old. I have a son who's 27 and has 3 kids, works 60 hours a week, supports his family. You're an adult. You're not a child. You may not have intended to strike Mr. Boone, but you fled the scene. You helped cover up the accident. You got rid of your vehicle and you did everything in your power to make sure you didn't take any responsibility for what happened to Mr. Boone. Think about what Mr. Boone's life could be like now. A lot of people don't have a family with the means and, you know, the background that the Boone family has to provide help to their sibling. Any other kid could have ended up in a nursing home, an AFC home, but Mr. Boone is so lucky that he has a family that can provide that support, who can leave their job to provide daily care for him. I mean, that's amazing. And he has that, so he's fortunate, but for you, he wouldn't have needed that. You took away a period of his life, and I think he'll get his life back. He's on that road now. He's a strong young man, but you took that away from him. The sentencing guidelines in this case are 0 to 17, which can call for up to a year in jail. It is what we did call a straddle cell. So it's a sentence of the court that you will be placed on probation for a period of 3 years. You will serve 1 year in the Lenawee County Jail. You have no credit, so I'm not going to give you any credit. You must not, during your term of probation, use or possess alcohol, illegal controlled substances, marijuana. You must have a substance abuse assessment done if ordered and follow any recommendations. There will be a curfew of 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. unless you work. Like if you work nights, they'll work it out so that you can go to work. Evidently, there's a domestic case with a Bailey Jenkins. You're not to have any contact with her. Field agents can search your residence at any time for probation supervision. They can also, if they have reasonable cause to believe that you have items which violate the conditions of your probation, they can search your house, your person, and your property. You're not allowed to drive a motor vehicle unless you get permission from your field agent. Do we have an amount of restitution that, I know he didn't have insurance. I don't know what his medical bills are.
I don't think we do, and so I think what you need to do is leave it open.
All right, I will leave restitution to be determined. In the event there are medical bills or expenses such as that, you just need to report those to the probation department. Okay, so $130 crime victim assessment fee, $30 supervision fee for probation per month, $60 if we have to put a tether on you, $750 in court costs, $68 in state costs. Do I need to order a DNA fee or do we already have that?
We will need one.
Okay, so, and there's a $60 DNA fee. Anything I'm missing, Mr. Stevenson?
I don't believe so.
Upon your release from jail, they usually release you at like midnight or some weird hour. The next business day at 8 a.m. you need to report to the probation department. All right?
No.
All right, now you do have a right to appeal your sentence and
Sorry, I'm sorry.
did you already do them or?
No, I'm sure.
All right, so we have a copy of your notice of right to appellate review. We're gonna have you initial and date, one copy for your, or for our records to acknowledge you received it, and then there's 2 copies for you. If you wish to appeal your sentence, obviously you have excellent counsel and you can discuss that with him. But if you do, you would fill out the paperwork and mail it to the address listed on the form within 42 days. All right. Oh, he had his hands behind him, so I thought he was handcuffed. I'm like, how's he gonna sign it? Okay. You want the statement? All right, the record should reflect that Mr. Isom has signed a copy of the notice of right to appellate review.
Thanks for watching. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button for more crazy court hearings like this one.